Well, hello everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm so glad that you are here. I would like to welcome you to our program tonight of Happy Birds, and I will now turn the program over to Ed and Julie with Happy Birds all the way from California. Can you guys help me welcome them? Yes.
Yay, my wings are tired. Well, everyone, we're here with Happy Birds. We are in California broadcasting our program. And of course, we're so excited about sharing our birds. I'm wondering what the date is today. What is the date today, Ed? July 6th. 2021, and it is a little bit after 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, but here in California, just a little bit after 4. We're enjoying the day, and we are so thrilled to be sharing our birds with you. This is our parrot, Marty. Parrots are very popular pets all around the country. It's come to our attention that even many of you in Kentucky, or even watching this show tonight, might actually have a pet bird. Pets are pretty cool. We love animals a lot. Parrots are pretty awesome, and these birds have been part of our life for a long, long time. Marty is 31 years old. We've had him since 1990, and he is a Triton cockatoo who is not even from the wild. He's from California, and of course, he's a very smart bird. Marty, would you like to say hello? Aw, that was the bird talking. Of course, these birds are amazing, and they are super, super smart. All of the things you're seeing tonight, everything you hear is actually happening from the birds, okay? We're going to learn about parrots. I have some trivia questions for you, and you'll even be able to type in chat questions that Kate can read off in the middle of the show. We have a bird is red, so at the point in time where we have the red parrot come up, then Kate can read off those questions that you might have, because I'm sure you have tons of questions, right? It's the best way to learn things sometimes, just to ask questions. But listen to what I have to say, because I have some pretty cool info for you. Now, a lot of us have been learning online or even going on Zoom programming to connect with people and friends across the country or parts of the world. And Marty knows all about that too. And he likes to nod his head yes when he's really engaged. So when he's on the computer, he's like, yep, I'm having a great time. Yep. And Marty, of course, sometimes he disagrees and he'll say no, but he doesn't say no. He actually shakes his head no. So that's no. When you're online, but there has to be a maybe. There's not always a yes or a no answer. So Marty's come up with maybe. Here it is. That's pretty good, Marty. Did you come up with that by yourself? You did. That's a good one. That's a really good one. He's a pretty cool guy, but parrots need a ton of attention. And that's one reason we train our pets, because we realize how intelligent they are. Now, he's also super sweet. He loves to give me kisses. Doesn't like to be pet a whole lot. You know, some of the birds are really picky about being touched, as you can see. But Marty does like to give me kisses. All right. He loves to give me kisses, and he especially wants to kiss me on the lips. So are you ready to kiss me again? On the lips, right? What? Why not? He just shook his head no. Do I have bad breath? Really? Is that why you were falling down? Let me show you. Uh-oh. Marty is a very, very silly parrot. Marty, I brushed my teeth today. You have to kiss me. Ah, that was pretty good. Now, Marty loves to entertain. And of course, we also like to share our birds with you. But before we talk about his tricks, let's take a look at these books that we've selected from our own personal library. These are books you could check out at your local library. We have The Parakeet Girl, which is a lot of fun to read if you're in between grades 1 and 3. We have here Papagayo, and this is a fun book. And Papagayo is another way to say parrot. This is a new one to our library. It's called If You Were a Parrot. So if you were a parrot, would you have hair? Would you have teeth? So it's a fun book, and I would definitely recommend it. How about this one? I see one that looks a lot like Marty up here, Cockatoo 2. In fact, we have 2 cockatoos in this show tonight. If you're a beginner reader, it's a really fun one to look at. How about this one? This is a big book, and this is something that anybody can enjoy. It's fun flipping through the pages to see all the different world records. But the reason we chose this particular book is because one of the birds that is performing tonight actually is in this Guinness Book of World Records. So we'll show you the page in just a little while. Finally, we have Mighty Zoe. It's a fun little book about a cute little parrot that likes to eat all kinds of different fruits. We like the cover of this book because the bird is very silly looking, a lot like our birds. And we have different fruits and things that the bird is eating, apparently. And those are fun things that the parrots in our show like to eat as well. All right, well, Marty says he's ready and he's anxious to raise up the American flag. 4th of July is behind us. We still see the flags all around the neighborhoods, and we have our own American flag right here. Check it out. All right, great job, Marty. Now, Marty doesn't like to fly very much, but that's okay. Just like me and you, he has a bicycle. So here is Marty's parrot-sized bicycle right here. Now, Marty has a special way to ride all around town. Marty likes to ride on his bicycle backwards. He pedals with his beak. Look at that, everyone. Marty's really funny. Come on. Oh, stop that, Marty. Oh. Did you see that? He just rode off the table. Hey, are you a reckless driver? Yes, you are. I have to keep my eye on you. Yes, I do. You have to keep your eye on me too, huh? I'm not a reckless driver. Oh, you're going to kiss me? Okay, that makes up for everything. Let's see him ride on a scooter, all right? Parrots, of course, don't have any hands. They use their beak. Parrots are actually called hookbills because their beak is not straight. It's actually curvy like a hook. So Marty hangs onto the handlebars, a beak bar with his beak. So Marty's on, and it's 1 foot on and 1 foot off. Good job, Marty. Let's go. Great job. He did a really good job. He's so fast because he learned how to ride the scooter so many years ago. And he has a favorite sport. Do you have a favorite sport too? Well, Marty's favorite sport is basketball. I have his basketball hoop right here. And here's his ball. Marty can carry the ball with what? What does he carry it with? Yeah, you know. Yep, his beak. He's got the ball in his beak. He's dribbling down the court. Up for the basket. All right, Marty. Good job. You know, Marty's a pretty clever guy. One thing that Ed and I realize about these birds is every single parrot has a different personality. This guy is super action oriented. He loves to just he's causing all kinds of trouble, walking all over the place, hanging from branches, and he likes to swing and he likes to go really, really fast. Speaking of going fast, we have a really cool zip line high above our Happy Bird studio table. And he's our little daredevil. He loves to ride on it. I'm a little bit too short to actually fix this. So let me go ahead and just show you this background real quick so we can get this going for Marty. Happy Birds is the name of our company, everyone. And we've been around for many, many years. In fact, we've been around since 1989. Parrots are pretty awesome birds, and Marty is one of the original Happy Birds. He was hatched in 1990. All right, he's going to ride on the zip line now. I'm going to say ready, set, and then all of you can shout out, go. Ready, set, go! All right, good job, Marty. You were spectacular. Marty's a pretty cool bird, isn't he? Now, what makes a parrot a parrot? Parrots are pretty interesting birds. They come in many, many, many different sizes and colors. Some of you might have a parrot at home. If you have a parakeet, these little birds you can buy at the local pet shop, those are parrots too. They're Australian birds, and so are cockatoos. And they actually have a very small hook-shaped beak. So if you were wondering, well, is it a parrot? Take a look at the beak. If it has a curvy beak like this, then there's a good chance it's a parrot. Be quiet up there. We have a bird that likes to make a lot of noise. Quite a few of them, actually. Parrots are also pretty raucous. They can be incredibly loud. The smaller parakeets are usually pretty charming, nice to listen to, but they all love to make their jungle noises all day long during their hours of being awake. What's really awesome is to hear parrots talk, isn't it? So if you are on Facebook a lot, you probably have seen a number of different birds that talk. Well, our next bird is one of the best of the best. Her name is Corbell, and she's the oldest parrot in our show. She's 38 years old, and she's going to be featured right now. Corbell is a green parrot. She's called the yellow-naped Amazon. So if you were to look at the back of her head, you'd be able to see she has yellow back there, and that's how this species gets its name. Amazon parrots like Corbell can sometimes talk, but many of the birds that look just like Corbell do not say a single word. So never expect a parrot to talk, but when they do, they're pretty amazing. Now, this one is an awesome bird that we adopted into our show. Her name is Corbell. And one thing I wanted you all to notice when she is talking is that the feathers on her neck will be moving. So when a parrot is vocalizing or talking or squawking or doing anything, the feathers down here are going to make some kind of movement. That is because parrots do not use their beak or tongue for talking the way we need our lips, teeth, and tongue. Okay, so be looking there. She's laughing. Are you having fun? Are you having fun? Want to say hello? I don't know what we're smiling about. Are you smiling too? She's so cute. We love this little bird, and I'm going to have her say hello to you. Say hello.
Hello.
All right. She's performing for you. She's doing such a good job. How about a car alarm? Can you do your car alarm? Pretty cool, huh? She's really hamming it up today. Corbell has got a great personality. You know, when we work with the birds, we have to kind of tune in to what they want, right? You can never make them do something that they don't want to do. So even our talking birds who love to talk, like sometimes they can be like, oh, what am I doing here? And we start playing with them and talking to them and tickling them a little bit, right? And they just like, woohoo, they start talking, okay? So what, you want to say your name? Good girl. What's your name? All right. Now, Corbell, by the way, has been on the Tonight Show. She's a famous bird. She's also been on Pet Star, but most importantly, she's here with you tonight. All right. So say your name again. Oh, just wanted to make sure. Let's hear your animal sounds, okay? How about a rooster? Say cock-a-doodle-doo. And a cat. How about a dog? Coyote. Whoa, that was really good, wasn't it? You did. That's right. They love you, huh? You love her, don't you? Corbell does human sounds such as coughing. So cough. And yeah, you make up the joke. I don't know. What do you think it was? Whatever you said, Corbell thought it was funny. All right, how about singing? Can you sing? Super. I love to hear that. You did so good. How about a baby cry? Can you cry? Aw, that's a good cry, huh? She does a little different cry as well. Let's see if I can get her to do it. Can you do the other cry? Aw. So you heard two cries. I like to know, do you think she's really crying or just faking it? Yeah, they don't believe you, Corbell. You did a really good job, though. Can you say goodbye? Oh, she's happy again. I love you, too.
I love you.
She loves you. Thanks for tuning in and watching Corbell tonight. Corbell, you were great. I'm going to let you sit there for just a sec while I go get another bird. Hi, are you still talking? It's not part of her part, but it really is cool to hear a whistle, isn't it? Now, if you were to whistle, would you use your lips? How about parrots? Do they have any lips? How do they do it, right? Well, you probably know the answer already. They use their throat. All right, Corbell is taken off with Ed. Bye, Corbell. Say goodbye to Corbell, everybody. Did you see the feathers moving on her neck? It's kind of important, I think, that I point that out. I think mainly because, even Ed and I, we're like fishing through the internet, listening for parrots talking. And sometimes I really wonder, is that bird really talking? Now, kids watching, I often ask our audiences, do you think parrots really talk? And a lot of people don't think they talk. But as an expert with parrots, Ed and I can say, definitely they can talk. But are they talking when you watch them on videos? That is why I'm saying, look at the throat. If you see the feathers moving, there's a good chance that bird's making some kind of sound, okay? But with our show, we're performing for your library. Everything is real, right? Everything is real. All right, what are you doing down there, huh? I'm talking about you. I don't want to show you to the camera because you're going to distract them, right? You can be very distracting. You can. You can be very distracting. Now, this guy's really cool. We adopted Boomer into our show. In fact, we adopted a lot of birds from our show. Some of the birds we bought as babies, like the white cockatoo with the yellow crest, and other birds we adopted or rescued. So this is a rescue that we adopted into our show. Just means that he was desperate for a home. He was going to end up at an animal shelter if somebody didn't do something. So we said, hey, we'll take you and we'll bring you into our bird family. We have lots of birds, lots of accommodations for them. And then we thought, Now, wait a second. You are a very challenging parrot. I don't know if too many people are going to be able to tolerate your kind of noise or the kind of needs that you have. So we decided let's go ahead and keep Boomer and we'll train him for our show. Boomer's a happy bird, and when he's happy, he hops up and down. I love his gesturing. You are so happy tonight, huh? Happy, 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 happy bird. But when he's angry, oh, angry, angry, angry. Want to do that? Show me how. Oh, or if he gets impatient. Do you ever do that? Boomer is a Moluccan cockatoo. He's 35 years old, and he's been with Happy Birds for 11 of his 35 years. We like to say this is the happiest part of his life because he gets tons of attention and he gets to learn a few things too. Now, let me show you Boomer's tricks. Boomer gets very excited, and when he does, he hops up and down the table. So when we're doing a show, like we're trying to excite Boomer, so he'll hop for you. So we're doing everything we can, like, come on, Boomer, hop, 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 hop. But mainly he just likes a lot of attention, and sometimes he likes to flap a little bit. So like, woo! This is how we play with him. Okay, where's Boomer? Good boy. Where's Boomer? Okay, now I think he's pretty excited. He might hop. Okay, Boomer, let's see what you got. Come on, Boomer. Isn't he funny? Wow, look at you. This is raw talent, everyone. Isn't he hilarious? Now, he came to us with that behavior. We're like, that's funny, Boomer. We should put that in the show. It only took him like 8 years to learn to do it on cue. That means like when we want him to, right? So now we can't get him to stop. All right, you can stop now. Okay, Boomer. My face is starting to hurt now. All right, let me go ahead and bring out his trick. Now, tricks are things that we can teach them to do. Okay, raw talent like that, right? You don't teach them to do that. They just do it on their own. But we can give them a treat to get them to repeat that. Now, here's a little shopping cart. This is something that we train Boomer to do. We have the shopping cart. We have lots of food for the cart. I've got all these items here. You do not push the cart yet. All right, so we have 3 items. A waffle is something a parrot should not eat. If you have a pet bird, please don't give your pet bird bread or waffles and things like that. But stick with healthy treats like fruits and vegetables. And then we give them a pellets diet and a few nuts. They like to eat nuts too. Now, Boomer likes to make the most out of this trick by taking his time. We do have a finite amount of time, Boomer. You have to put all these items in the cart over here. Thank you. Who's tapping her foot now, right? That would be me. When he's ready, he'll do it. Think he's going to push the cart? Yep, he is. All right. He's a reckless shopper, everyone. He pushed it into the flagpole. You're a pretty cool guy. By the way, did you notice the feathers on his head going up earlier? He was just very excited, and that's why he was raising his crest up. But cockatoos all have a group of feathers on top of their head called a crest. So you saw that his were kind of an orangey color. He's called a Moluccan cockatoo or a salmon-crested cockatoo. These guys are all native to Australia and Indonesia, but Boomer and all of the happy birds are locally raised. In fact, most of the birds that you might see around town are probably local to your area. They're not from the wild, which is a nice thing to know because we definitely would not ever take animals from their natural habitat. Now, this is our next bird. This is the big, beautiful, handsome bird you may have seen before the show. His name is Gordon. Gordon is blue. And on his face is this beautiful yellow eye ring, and around his face he's got this yellow, okay? So this is Gordon, and Gordon is a hyacinth macaw. He's very loving, and he's really, really cute. He's 19 years old. Gordon actually has some interesting features I want to point out since he's being so affectionate. Hi, Gordon. You're so sweet. Yeah, pretty soon you're going to be riding a bicycle, okay? Ah, that's my finger. I want you to notice how strong the beak is. Ah, don't do that. He is strong, however, he does understand how to be gentle, okay? Inside of that mouth is actually a very soft tongue. His tongue is very sensitive, so he uses his tongue a lot to touch my fingers. That's his way of feeling things, okay? Around his face is the yellow, and that's his skin, okay? All macaws have facial skin. Some macaws have white skin and some of them have yellow skin. So this species has yellow skin. And once again, he's got a really amazing tongue and that hard beak, okay? So Gordon is his name, and Gordon can ride the bicycle too. But he doesn't ride the bicycle backwards, he rides it forward. So let's see Gordon go. All right, go ahead, go Gordon. Good job, good job. He can go a little bit faster than that. Let's say go Gordon. Come on, Gordon, go. He must have heard you. Look at him go. Wow, you were great. Good job, Gordon. Gordon's a very active bird, and you're like, gosh, that bird's trying to eat her nose now, right? Or she's trying to grab her fingers. He's super playful, so he like to use his mouth a lot. He's a very mouthy guy, but he's a pretty gentle bird. Now, Gordon also likes to ride on. Where is it, Gordon? Here it is. It's your skateboard. Now, of course, training the birds to do the tricks takes a lot of time and effort. And Gordon loves to ride the skateboard as much as he enjoys chewing on it. So he does like to chew on the skateboard. Gordon, no chewing today. Just ride it, okay? Woo, good boy. Come on, Gordon, let's do it again. Let's do it again, Gordon. Wow, I can see the audience is super impressed by your amazing talents. You are a really funny guy. He's so playful. All of our birds are just in the best moods today. Now, I like to show you how he can knock over some bowling pins. So one day we're like, let's come up with something new for Gordon to do. And Ed's like, hey, I found these bowling pins. Maybe Gordon could knock them down. We get a bowling ball. We don't need a bowling ball. He's got a beak. You are just too funny today. You've got a lot of energy. You have a lot of energy. Let's go ahead and channel that energy into knocking those pins down, okay? All right, I'm going to say ready, set, and then you can help me out. You can say go, all right? All right, everybody. Ready, set, say go. Go! That's pretty good. How do you leave one pin when you only have 3? All right. Well, Gordon is that special, everybody. All right, so Gordon has amazing feathers and, of course, an incredible playful mind, playful way about him. And so we can tap into all that playfulness and destruction, right, to train him to do these fun things. I'd like to show you something that's pretty cool. Gordon's actually in the Guinness Book of World Records. Now, what did he have to do to get in the Guinness Book? Well, Ed and I spent a whole year and a lot of money training Gordon to actually remove bottle caps from bottles of soda. So Gordon can actually now remove bottle caps with his beak. Now, the reason it costs a lot of money to train him is because each one of these bottles is like $1. So how many bottles did it take to train him, Ed? Like 100? So, well, you know, what else do we have to do with our time, right? Than train our birds. I should mention too that, of course, birds don't have any teeth. So their beak is super powerful. He's able to crack very, very hard nuts, and it is safe for him to remove this bottle cap from this bottle of soda. It would not damage his beak in any way, but you should never use your mouth to remove a bottle cap, okay? All right, let's see him remove the bottle cap right now. Wow, he puts a lot of pressure on it, doesn't he? Gosh, he's got the technique. The technique is what you need, right? It's about anything, whether you're learning to read or, you know, learn physics. It's just a matter of getting the technique for understanding that subject. So Gordon just took a little while to catch up on how do I remove that cap with my beak? And once he gets the technique down, he can remove a lot of bottle caps. In fact, let me show you the Guinness Book of World Records right now. By the way, he was recently on the Tonight Show too. He's on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. You can probably see that video by searching it on YouTube. So Gordon, here's the book, okay? Gordon's got the bottle cap, by the way, so he won't chew on the book. Here's his picture. This is Gordon's picture in the Guinness Book of World Records, all right? Now you have a famous parrot performing for your library tonight. Isn't that cool? That's right, these birds are famous. 12 bottle caps in 1 single minute, everyone. Gordon, our audience is really impressed, I can tell. Now we have a parrot with a strong beak. He has just removed the bottle cap. We all know that bottle caps are not a good toy for a parrot, but he's got it in there. And there is no way I'm going to try to take that bottle cap from his mouth. But I can trade it for one of his favorite foods. He loves to crack hard nuts like Brazil nuts. So as soon as I pull this out and show it to him, he should drop that bottle cap. See if you can watch for it. Want that? Just like that, huh? Parrots have a hook-shaped beak. All parrots are called hookbills. So whenever you see a bird somewhere, maybe at a zoo or maybe even a pet store, and you can look for that beak, is it really hooked like that? It's probably a parrot. He's eating the nut. Let's take a look at the bottle cap before we introduce our next bird. Wow, Gordon, you crushed it. He created a bottle cap taco, everyone. That's right. Okay, Gordon, what's for dinner tonight? Not bottle cap tacos, that's for sure. Well, I'll put him back up. He can really enjoy that nut. Now, our birds eat more than seeds and nuts. They eat tons and tons of fruits and vegetables. I think really for these pet birds that are living in our world, if you have a parrot or you're thinking about getting one, really do your research as far as nutrition. One of the reasons why I say this is because parrots can live a very, very long time. They can live for 60 to 80 years, everyone. So nutrition is really critical, especially for long living animals. That's why people say, well, watch what you eat, put in healthy foods, because you can live a very long time and you can have quality of life if you take good care of your body. Our birds are the same way. And so if they're being fed poor diets, then it's going to really affect their health later on. We have an animal rescue. We see a lot of the consequences of pizza and French fries. People feed their birds things that are not good for them. And unfortunately, they're not able to metabolize those kinds of foods, and it can make them very, very sick at an early age. Anyway, if you want to find out more, you can always message us on Facebook. It's a pretty interesting business, but it's really frustrating sometimes. We have a lot of compassion for parrots, especially for these ones that maybe had a little bit of a tough life. Now, there are birds that we spoiled rotten, like this guy. We've had him all his life. He's 31 years old, but we spoil him with the proper foods. We never give him pizza or French fries, but on a good day, he might get some blueberries, or he might get something like some yogurt. That would be good. Now, oh yeah, I know that Kate has been monitoring the chat window. So let's see if she has any questions for us tonight.
Yes, I do. I'm curious, how did you get started in training your birds?
Great question. When Ed and I first started in this business in 1989, there really weren't any parrots to adopt. Back then, people were saying, wow, parrots are the coolest pets. Let's buy some. And at that time, parrots were being raised in this country and sold as babies from like little hatchlings. So they were very, very close with people. So we were like them. We're like, parrots are cool. I got to have a few. So when we bought birds as babies, we bonded with them right away. So bonding with your bird is really important. And once we've bonded and have a relationship with them, then we can start say, hey, here's a snack. And you're like, I like that. I like being with you because you play with me, and I also like these snacks. So when we want to teach them to do a new trick, Kate, a lot of times we will use food as a reward to kind of show them what to do, because we need to guide them and show them how to do something. But once they learn something, they just get on this stuff and do it for fun. It really is fun for them. We have birds that we've adopted into our show, and I was talking about that. What if you take a bird that's 20 or 25 years old? Can you still train them to do new tricks? The answer is yes. We have successfully trained parrots that we've adopted into our show, and we've got to do the same thing. Spend some time bonding with them, then give them some treats and kind of show them what to do. All right. And of course, we talked about the animal rescue already.
Yes, another question.
Any other questions?
How many birds do you have?
We have a lot of parrots. We have 20 parrots right now. We had as many as 25, but it's pretty much just my husband and I. So we want to make sure we have plenty of time for each and every one of the birds that we have, because they do thrive on personal attention. All of the birds that we have are bonded with humans because they were hatched and imprinted on humans. So we want to make sure every single one of our birds gets lots of attention. So we have 10 birds that we rescued, and we have 10 parrots that are part of our show.
That's amazing. And they're all very talented. So just one more question right now. Do the birds live with you in your home, or do you have them in a special place other than your house?
We have a property here. We have well over an acre. So we have everything for the birds that they could possibly need. Several aviaries where they can play and be safe. And then we have housing for them, large houses that are, so we have a few birds that live in our house. They get to be pretty noisy. And plus they go to bed early, like around 7. They go to bed at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And so they need a lot of quiet. So for that reason, we designed special rooms for them that they can kind of chatter around and make some noise. And they have play areas inside. And then we can keep them really quiet at night, so we're not disturbing their sleep. So they have special rooms just outside the back door that they sleep in.
That's awesome. That's all our questions that we have for right now, but I will keep you posted.
Yeah, please do. At the end of our program, everyone, we're going to be able to stay on the line for a little bit longer if you have questions. So if you don't have questions, then we're just going to be saying goodbye. So think of some cool stuff to ask us, and hopefully we'll have the answers for you. All right, we're going to play a game right now. It's called the shell game. It's a fun game that we play with, of course, a very smart bird and 3 cups and a toy. What I do is I hide the toy, and then, of course, it takes a long time to teach him to do this, by the way. He started when he was 5 years old, and he's 31 now. So he's pretty much an expert. I'm going to mix them all up, and you have he's probably pretty much too good for this, huh? He's too smart. He knows exactly what he's doing, and sometimes he gets a little bit carried away. So don't do that again, okay? I'll be right back. I told you the birds were acting up tonight. Hey, don't do that yet. You sit right there, okay? All right. I put him on his high chair because parrots don't follow rules very well. They're a little bit more like babies than they are big kids, okay? Babies are very smart, but they don't follow rules all the time. Neither do parrots. All right, well, I'm ready to play, and here I go. All right, I'm mixing them up really fast, see if I can fool the bird and the audience. There. All right. Do you know where it is? Okay. How many people think it's one? Think it's 1, 2, or could be number 3? All right, let's see if your answer matches the birds. It's number 1. Cool. That was great. How did you know, huh? Let's play one more time. Now, this time I'll mix them up really fast, okay? In fact, Kate, if you don't mind, I love your help because I like to get the audience involved in this one. So Kate she knows this game pretty well. And I'm going to ask you to say go and then tell me when to stop. So Kate, can you say go?
Okay, on your mark, get set, go.
All right. Now, anytime you say stop, I'll stop.
And stop.
All right. So don't tell them where it is. Let's see if the bird can find it. There it is. It's number 3. Awesome. Good job. All right. Well, I'm going to have him clean up this game because he has to roller skate. And I have his roller skates right under here. All right. Here they are, everyone. Okay, Forrest is really good. These skates are just so cute, aren't they? They're just a little bit too small for all of you, but just right for the bird. I'm going to say ready, set. And if you're watching this show from home, I want you to yell out as loud as you can. You're going to say go. We're going to hear them all the way from your state to ours. Ready, set, go. And there he goes. Look at that blazing speed, everybody. Forrest is doing great. Come on, Forrest. Forrest is one of our 2 macaws here tonight. And he is called a green wing macaw who is 31 years old. Wow. Now, we talked about the yellow skin that was on Gordon, but this one has white skin. So while he's having these snacks, you can really get a good look at that. Macaws have facial skin. And all macaws, by the way, are native to Central and South America. They have really long tails and they have these face patches made of skin. And parrots can use their foot like a hand. So if you saw him lifting his foot up to his face, he was actually kind of holding that food a little bit. All right, well, Forrest, you did great. It's time for you to go back up to your high perch. We'd like to introduce one of our amazing, talented talking birds named Yaki. All right, Yaki is a special bird that we're featuring tonight who's been on The Tonight Show and The Ellen Show. She was also on PetStar. We're lucky to have our Amazon parrots in this show. I do mean lucky. We adopted both of them. They were both older birds when we got them, and they both knew how to talk a little bit. So we trained our birds to speak on cue. It's tough to train the birds to repeat things and when we want them to. If you have a pet, maybe a cat or a dog, or any other pet, and it does some silly thing, like it does a little trick or something, and then your friend comes over and you're like, hey, let me show you how my dog does this trick, and then it won't do it, right? It's kind of embarrassing. You know, they do it when nobody's watching, and that's pretty much what parrots are like too. A lot of times they'll talk on their own, but getting them to talk on a show like this can take a lot of effort. So Yaki loves her job. She enjoys what she does. She's going to begin now. She's going to say hello. Hi. Good. She actually can count to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now, of course, you know she's really talking because you can see the feathers moving on her neck, right? So Yaki, can you warm up? Wow, this is cool. I love the way she's so clear. Yaki, let's sing your first song. Do you know a song called Clementine? Well, it's like this. Well, I'll start her off. So Yaki, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start you off by singing the first verse. Okay. Then you have to sing from there. Here we go. Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling. She's my darling. Oh, my darling. Great job. You did so good. Good girl, Yaki. Yaki loves the attention she receives from us, and we've had Yaki in our show for nearly 30 years. So we talk to them and say, you're doing such a good job. And she's like, oh, I'm so happy, huh? You can see the excitement in her eyes. Her eyes are bright and round and glistening. Her feathers are moving on her throat. She's ready to sing one more song. So this one's called Rockabye Birdie. It's a little bit longer. I'm going to help her with the word birdie, but Yaki's going to try all the other words. Right, Yaki? Let's see how she does tonight. Okay, Yaki, Rockabye Birdie is next. Twee, 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 Yaki. Rockabye Birdie. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the wind plays, the cradle will rock. Cute, huh? Yaki did great. Everyone out there is smiling away, huh? All right, you did an awesome job. Are you going to say goodbye? Yep, your part is over now. How about I love you? Can you say that? Oh.
I love you.
I love you too. Okay, well, let me go ahead and set the last trick. We have a really big trick for the biggest parrot in our show. You remember who the biggest bird is, right? Gordon. Gordon's a good looking bird. He's not interested in talking like Yaki is. Gordon can talk a little bit, but he might say something maybe once or twice a day. Yaki can talk all day long. What he really loves is the action, and he enjoys the challenge of learning something new. So this is the biggest trick of all. It's the grand finale. It's a trick that only Gordon can do, and he's going to try to do something really amazing. He's going to try to make this swing go upside down using his own body weight, and he's going to be pushing really hard to make it go. All right, so I'm going to put him on, and let's see how many times he can go around. I know I'm going to be cheering him on. How about you? All right, here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on, Gordon. Good job. Good job. Now Gordon's pumping his whole body. The swing's going higher and higher. He's going to try to go upside down. Let's see if he does it. There he goes. 1. Look at that. 2. Good job, Gordon. Woo. 3. Hold on. 4. He's going faster. Slow down. You're getting dizzy, I can tell. 5 times around. Gordon received a special treat. He does love to eat those Brazil nuts. Very healthy food for this species of macaw, the hyacinth. And you did great. He enjoys doing this trick. We have one in the backyard, and he can actually do it whenever he's just in the mood. But it does take a little bit of effort for him to make it go all the way around. I'm going to pop him back up on his perch because we have a dancing parrot. She's going to conclude our show. She's another cockatoo. Today you are meeting 3 cockatoos, 2 macaws, and 2 Amazon parrots. This is Piper. If you're into parrots like we are, this is a rare species, very rare. Rare in this country. They actually are native to Eastern Australia. There's quite a few flocks in the wild, but Australia is really particular about exporting cockatoos or any animal for that matter. So they're very hard to get in this country. That's why they're rare here. But we've only seen 2, and this is one of them. Her name is Piper, and she's a slender-bill cockatoo who loves to dance. She's 15 years old, and of course, we're actually celebrating her birthday all month long. So that might be a good song to sing. We'll sing happy birthday to Piper. And by the way, if you like what you see, we love to continue our virtual performance and make this extra personal for you and your family. You could invite us to your next virtual birthday party, and you could be broadcasting your own personal show all around the world. Wouldn't that be fun? All right, well, Piper, we're going to sing happy birthday to you tonight, and you can see her moves, okay? All right, Piper, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Piper. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Good girl. You did so good. That was cute, Piper. Yes, that was cute. Well, our show is over. We're going to bring Kate back on the line. Kate, how did you like this show?
I am amazed. They are. I just love them, and I can't quit smiling. And I am laughing. And I think that I hope our audience has enjoyed it just as much. And I think they have, because they are wonderful.
Thank you. It's great to know everybody's watching today. You know, when you're performing a virtual show like this, you know, we know you're out there. We could just feel, I could just feel everybody watching. You know, it's a really neat thing. You know, we've done pre-recorded things before, and it's not quite the same. You know, when we put on a live show on, especially with these animals, where every show we're like, we know they can do these things, but you know, are they really going to do them, right? But we're part of a family business, and the birds feel really a part of that.
Well, everybody here with me is laughing and having a great time. So just a couple of questions before we end the program tonight. You've mentioned the different ages of the birds. How long do the birds live in captivity with you all?
Well, we don't know how long our birds are going to live. Just like humans, you know, we expect that we're going to maybe live a certain age. But parrots have lived a very, very long time, let's say, in captivity. There was one example I like to bring up whenever people ask. It's a cockatoo that was a gift from Australia to a zoo in Illinois. It passed away a few years ago, but it lived at the zoo for over 80 years. So I think they said it was about 86 or 87 years old. That's pretty unusual for a parrot to live that long, but it can happen. I think most pet birds probably live between 40 and 60 years. It just depends on the diet, really, and how much care they're getting. They do need a lot of care, and genetics have a lot to do with it. But people are inbreeding them, and we're not getting a very strong genetic strain at this point. But the bottom line is that they could live a very long time.
That's awesome. Now, do the birds all get along with one another, or are there ones that they bicker like siblings, or are they all just best friends?
They all get along really well. They are a flock, so they have a flock mentality. They are all connected. They have their own dialect. They talk to each other in their own parrot language to kind of express things. And we really do work as a team. Ed? I won't repeat what Ed said, but the truth is, the truth is that there are some that can get in a mood sometimes. Our little bossy one is this one. She's really bossy, and so she's a smaller parrot. And sometimes it's like small dogs, like Chihuahuas, think that they're tough and they want to go after a big dog like a German Shepherd or a Great Dane, and then that little dog is going to be sorry, right? So this little bird, for example, she's one of our little bossy ones. Yeah, she is. And so I have to be really careful that she doesn't get too close to the bigger cockatoos, because she tries to let them know who's the boss and they don't appreciate it very much. So a little nick with a beak could be a big problem for a parrot. So you do have to watch for the signs that, hey, someone's in a cranky mood today. But for the most part, we're really proud of them, that they all they all fit together. They're all pieces of a puzzle. And when we work and do a show like this, that we're all a big team.
That's awesome. Now, I noticed that you've mentioned that some of them have different personalities. How do you decide which bird you're going to teach a new trick, or is best suited to which bird?
That's a great question, especially birds that we've rescued and adopted. We know nothing about them. Many times when we get a rescue, it's literally just dumped off because there's an emergency in someone's family, or maybe somebody passed away, or perhaps there's a hospital in someone's future. And so the no information is given to us. So if we take a bird, for example, that has been a rescue that's maybe 20 years old, we know nothing about this bird, what its preferences are, what it's used to eat, and how it likes to play. So once we get to know the bird a little bit, right, we can get to know its personality and what it likes to do. So once we discover, well, this bird likes to pull on things with his beak, and maybe we could teach it to do a trick, like maybe, or pull or push something. We could teach it to put something in a shopping basket, for example, and push it. So when we see a bird like Boomer, the peach cockatoo, who's up there, by the way, he's our rescue. He came to us from a man who had to go in the hospital. But Boomer is a very meticulous bird. When we would feed him we give him those little snap peas, those green ones. He will take 3 or 4 in his mouth and carry them up to his perch. Then he'll lay them perfectly on the perch. So we try to take things that come natural to them, because it's never going to work if you're trying to force your hand on something.
Yes. And one last question, I just have to know, do you have a favorite bird, one that's just your pride and joy, that you love above all the other ones?
We always have favorite birds. I think at this point, in having birds for well over 30 years, that a lot of times, like, it's a day-to-day thing. So we every day in our own minds, like, we have one bird that's been like exceptional, right? So we'll like say, well, that one's had the best behavior, or this one did a really cute thing today, and then that will be something that will say that guy gets the prize or the little star for the day. But we love them all. We all love them. We love them for all just the way they are, for who they are and what they do naturally. I think the most amazing tricks, the things that are hardest to train the birds to do, and what we're amazed by, are the talking birds. The fact that we've had them for, like Yaki, almost 30 years. We adopted her from a little old lady who sang these songs for her. And she's a real special bird to us, because she has such a unique talent that you can't buy a bird like that at a pet shop. You just have to live with them and train them and have a relationship with them all those years. So I think the longer we have them, the more bonded we all become with each other. And especially at our age, we're not like super young anymore, but we're not old yet, is that the relationships get tighter and tighter, and we appreciate them a little bit more every single day for who they are. So, but thank you so much. It was really great talking with you, Kate. I wish we had more time to chat and just kind of get to know each other more. It's a little difficult on a Zoom call to do more, because other people have things they have to do. But if anybody would like to reach out to us with questions, you're welcome to message us through Facebook. Of course, we have tons of Facebook presence out there. I'm sure it would be easy to find us online. But if you did have personal questions, you're welcome to email or call us. Okay?
Thank you so much. We enjoyed it very much, and we hope you have a wonderful night, and bless your birds.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.